Warm greetings to those who are truly searching, not just listening, but listening with their spirit. There comes a point in every journey when knowledge alone is no longer enough. When another quote, another book, or another lecture stops filling the void, you begin to realize that the answers you're looking for are not out there. They are quietly echoing within you, waiting for your silence, waiting for you to stop speaking, stop proving, and start becoming. But here is a secret, one you may have glimpsed without knowing its depth. Once you discover something powerful about yourself, once you touch a truth that changes the way you see the world, you will feel an overwhelming urge to share it, to talk about it, to shout it from the rooftops. That's natural. That's the mind trying to validate its breakthrough. But the ancient wisdom whispers otherwise. Keep your mouth shut. Not because the truth is shameful, not because it must be hidden, but because some things, when spoken too soon, lose their potency. Some truths are like seeds. You don't yank them out of the soil the moment they begin to sprout just to show others. You let them take root. You protect them from the wind. You give them time to become strong. What no one tells you is that speaking too early is a form of ego. We talk because we want to be seen. We want to be praised for what we've uncovered. But wisdom does not thrive in the soil of validation. It thrives in stillness, in testing, in living through your truth, not just talking about it. There is a pain in awakening because you will see what others do not. You will walk differently. Your eyes will stop chasing the things they once found beautiful. Your ears will grow tired of noise. You will outgrow environments you once begged to be a part of. And in that shift, there will be loneliness. The kind of loneliness that begs for expression, that tempts you to explain yourself, to prove to others that you've changed, that you now see clearer. But silence is your true teacher. Because in silence, you are no longer convincing anyone. You are simply living the truth you found. The strength of your transformation doesn't lie in how many people you tell. It lies in how deeply you embody it. Keep your mouth shut, not because others are unworthy, but because the sacred must be protected. There will come a day when you look around and realize how easily words are wasted, how often we give away our power by explaining what we should be mastering. You will realize that not everyone deserves access to your inner world, not because they are bad, but because they are not ready. Some people are still walking paths you've already left behind. And if you try to give them the map to your mountain, they will only mock your climb. Haven't earned the altitude yet. And it's not your job to lift them with your words. You are not here to convince, you are here to evolve. And evolution is often silent, happens in the quiet moments, when you choose discipline over desire, when you walk away from chaos instead of engaging it, when you sit with your pain instead of running from it. These are the moments that make you unshakable. Not the moments when you talk, but the moments when you act. So the next time you feel something click inside you, when you feel that breakthrough rising, that insight pressing against your lips, pause. Ask yourself, this for the world to hear, or is this for me to live first? Most times, it's the latter. You owe yourself the gift of integration. Let the secret change you before you let it change others. Because when it's real, when it's truly part of your being, you won't need to explain it. Your presence will do that for you. Your energy, your actions, your silence, they will speak louder than any words ever could. How you become powerful, that is how you become untouchable. You stop leaking your growth. You stop narrating your transformation like a story still being written. And instead, you live as if it is already complete. The secret. And once you know it, keep your mouth shut. There is a quiet law in this world that few speak about because it cannot be easily explained. It must be lived. That law is this: when you speak wisdom too early, not because wisdom is fragile, but because your connection to it still is. When you first touch truth, it feels electric. It moves through your mind like lightning. Suddenly everything makes sense. The chaos, the pain, confusion, all of it becomes part of a greater picture. And in that moment, the urge to share it becomes overwhelming. But here's the lesson that few are taught. Not all things should be spoken right away. Truth is like fire. Your hands are not strong enough to carry it. You burn yourself and others. The first realization is never the full transformation. It's the beginning of a deeper practice. Speaking prematurely about your insight is like pouring a sacred tea into a cracked cup. It leaks. It's lost. You see, your words carry energy, but they also carry responsibility. When you speak of things you haven't fully lived, like drawing a map of a place you've only visited once, the lines will be wrong, the scale will be off, and those who follow that map will get lost. The discipline of silence after a realization is not a punishment. Protection. Protection for you to give your mind and body time to align with what your spirit now knows. Protection for the wisdom itself, so it can root itself deeper into your behavior, your habits, your character. Because until your daily actions reflect your breakthrough, it is not yet real. It is a thought. And thoughts are delicate. They are shaped not only by our inner awareness, but by how the world responds when we speak them. When you share a powerful insight with someone who is not ready, you are not giving. It may feel like that, but you are actually placing your inner growth at risk. You are handing over something sacred to someone who cannot understand its weight. They will doubt it, laugh at it, dismiss it, and if you are not yet strong, their rejection can cause you to question yourself, can unravel what was once a moment of pure clarity. In this way, the ego disguises itself as generosity. I must share this truth, it says, but the wise do not rush to teach. They let their lives become the lesson first. True mastery does not announce itself. The tree does not scream when it bears fruit. It simply grows slowly, silently, and powerfully. Those who are meant to benefit from its shade will find it. In the same way, your growth will become visible in time through how you carry yourself, how you respond under pressure, how you treat others without needing to be praised. And this presence will say more than any explanation ever could. Important to understand that some people feed off your insecurity to validate their own comfort. If you speak your new realization in front of those who are committed to staying the same, they will try to pull you back, not out of malice, but out of fear. Your growth reminds them of their stagnation. Your clarity exposes their confusion, so they challenge you. Not because you are wrong, but because they don't want you to be right. And if your root is not deep enough, you will wobble. That is why silence must come first. Not forever, just long enough for your truth to harden into strength. Speak only once your words no longer need agreement. Share only when your truth cannot be shaken by rejection. That's when you are no longer trying to convince. You are simply revealing what already is. There's another layer. When you withhold speaking your insights, you allow them to work on you. They begin shaping your behavior in small ways, how you wake up, how you listen, how you walk away from what no longer serves you. These are the signs of transformation. They don't make noise, they don't seek attention, but they are undeniable. Those around you will feel it, even if they can't name it. They will sense a shift, a gravity, a presence. That is the energy of a person who has discovered something powerful and held it long enough to become it. So the next time you realize something profound, resist the urge to explain. Let your stillness hold it. Let your silence nurture it. Let your actions reflect it. And in time, when the seed has grown into a tree, you will find that you don't need to speak at all. People will come to you, not for your words, but for your way of being. And when you do speak, they will listen, not because you are loud, but because your silence made them curious. That is true power. That is what it means to know. And to know when to say nothing. There is a painful but necessary truth in life that very few are prepared to accept. Not everyone is ready for what you've discovered. Not everyone has eyes to see what you now see. And not everyone has the heart to carry what your soul has been shown. When wisdom reveals itself to you, it feels like a gift. But the mistake we often make is assuming it will be received as a gift by others. It won't, especially not if they haven't asked for it. Especially not if they're still living in the mindset that the wisdom was meant to help you escape from. The very nature of truth is that it's disruptive. It challenges illusions, shines light into corners that many would prefer to leave in the dark. It invites change, but change is uncomfortable. So when you bring truth to those who are not ready, it will not be welcomed. It will be resisted, rejected, sometimes even attacked. Imagine walking into a room where everyone has been asleep for years. Their eyes have adjusted to the darkness. Their comfort depends on the silence. Then you, wide-eyed and awakened, suddenly burst in with a flashlight. You think you're doing them a favor. You believe you're sharing your newfound clarity, but to them, you are a threat. Not because your light is wrong, because it disturbs the world they've built around their unawareness. In life, timing is everything. The truth